Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Camp Brigadier General Rafael T. Crame, the home of the National Headquarters, Philippine National Police. Today, we will witness another milestone in the history of the PNP, the change of command ceremony and retirement honors for Police General Romel Francisco Marbil and oath-taking and donning of ranks ceremony of the new Chief, Philippine National Police. The Director for Personnel and Records Management, Police Major General Constancio Chinayog Jr. will now read the termination and designation orders.
Republic of the Philippines, National Police Commission, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, Camp Brigadier General Rafael T. Crame, Quezon City. Termination of designations. Pursuant to General Order Number NHQ-GO-2025-2797, dated June 2, 2025. The designation of Police General Romel Francisco de Leg Marbil, O-00826, as Chief, Philippine National Police, is terminated effective June 2, 2025. The designation of Police Major General Nicolas Deloso Torre III, O-06117, as Director, Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, is terminated effective June 2, 2025. Designation. Pursuant to General Order Number NHQ-GO-DES-2025-2799, dated June 2, 2025. Police General Nicolas Deloso Torre III, O-06117, is designated as Chief, Philippine National Police, effective June 2, 2025. By command of President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., Official Juanito Victor C. Remulla, Secretary, Department of the Interior and Local Government. Signed, Constancio T. Chinayog Jr., Police Major General, the Director for Personnel and Records Management.
The outgoing Chief PNP Police General Romel Francisco Marbil will now read and sign the order for his relinquishment of command.
Relinquishment of command. Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ-GO-TDS 2025-2797, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, dated June 2, 2025, I hereby relinquish my position as Chief of the Philippine National Police, effective June 2, 2025, and I sign.
The incoming Chief PNP Police Major General Nicolas Torre III will now read and sign the order for his assumption of command.
Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ-GO, DES 2025-2799, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, dated June 2, 2025, I hereby assume the position as Chief, Philippine National Police, effective June 2, 2025, and I sign.
We shall now witness the turnover of command symbol. May we request the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., to rise and administer the ceremonial turnover. The turnover of the Chief PNP symbol signifies the relinquishment of the outgoing Chief PNP and acceptance of the incoming Chief PNP of the duties and responsibilities that goes with position.
Sir, I now have the symbol properly that I prefer as a Chief of the Philippine National Police for County of
I take great pleasure in receiving the command symbol.
The saber represents power and authority over 233,000 members of the PNP from 18 police regional offices and 33 national support units. Thank you, His Excellency, and congratulations, Philippine National Police. May we request the President to remain standing.
We shall now proceed to the presentation of memento to our honoree. May we request Police General Romel Francisco Marbil to move forward. To present the award is the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., to be assisted by Secretary Juanito Victorio Mulia Jr., Department of the Interior and Local Government.
The command saber is given to our honoree as a symbol of power and authority that comes with leadership, exercised with integrity, discipline, and a deep sense of responsibility toward those under his command. In bestowing this saber, we proudly acknowledge the exemplary authority he has exercised with integrity and purpose, and celebrate his outstanding years of devoted and impactful service to the Philippine National Police and to our beloved nation. It stands as a lasting emblem of his legacy, dedication, and unwavering loyalty to the core values of the organization. Congratulations, Sir Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. And to our presenters, His Excellency, kindly be seated. And we will now hear the valedictory of our honoree, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. A round of applause, please.
Ang pangarap nyo ay pangarap ko rin. Matatag na ekonomiya, maayos na lipunan, at maayos na kapulisan. Our Excellency, natupad ko po. Thank you so much. To our Excellency, our President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., sir, to our Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, to Secretary of DILG, Secretary Juanito Remulla, to my family, to the family of General Torre, to other excellencies here, to other distinguished guests, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Today marked not just the end of my term, but the culmination of the deeply fulfilling career in public service, one that has been guided by our Lord's grace and strengthened by the unwavering support of many. I stand before you this momentous morning to take my final bow as Chief of the Philippine National Police. I am filled with emotions, grateful, fulfilled, and reflective of the journey we have taken together. This role has challenged and changed me beyond measure. But above all, it has given me the honor of serving our nation alongside the finest men and women of the Philippine National Police. I am deeply grateful to the President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., whose leadership and trust have given us clear direction and a strong mandate to carry out our mission. Mr. President, thank you for the trust and confidence you have bestowed upon me to lead the 231,000 strong men and women of the Philippine National Police. Serving the Filipino people under your administration has been the highest honor of my professional life, a privilege I carried with utmost humility, dedication, and a deep sense of duty. From the moment I assumed this office 14 months ago, we rallied along a clear and powerful vision. Sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka. More than a slogan, it has become our shared compass. My goal was not only to sustain our gains, but to push forward building a modern police force for a modern Filipino society. At the heart of this commitment were three key priorities: enhance leadership and professionalism, expand operational capability, and earn and uphold the public trust. I also vowed to pursue organizational streamlining and modernization, optimizing resources, eliminating redundancies, and prioritizing the well-being and safety of our police personnel. I commended to intensifying the campaign against illegal drugs, crime trafficking, cybercrime, and terrorism, while laying the foundation of a technology-driven PNP equipped to face modern threats with innovative and data-driven solutions. All this, I promise, with a vision of building a mahusay, matatag, at maasahan na kapulisyahan. We sought to build upon the transformation of those who came before us while initiating a paradigm shift toward more streamlined, flatter, responsive, and adaptive systems that meet the evolving demands of modern policing. Today, I take great pride in highlighting some of the meaningful reforms we have achieved together. Internally, we introduced several initiatives to enhance efficiency and uplift morale, including streamlining the organization to a more flatter but accountable PNP personnel, shortening other ceremonies, especially mundane flag raising, ensuring that our policemen are ready to receive our public before 8 o'clock in the morning, and digitizing the promotion process to eliminate the manual folder submissions. We also expedited the release of retirement claims, provided HMO cards as additional benefits, and strengthened our legal assistance program for PNP personnel. Through our partnership with the PNP OLC Foundation Corporation, we also extended financial support to more or less 1,000 PNP personnel and NUPs suffering chronic illnesses, because we believe that those who dedicate their lives to protecting others also deserve protection and care. We also reinforce our internal discipline mechanism and sustain our efforts to cleanse the ranks. From April 2024 to April 2025, the PNP resolved a total of 3,455 administrative cases, resulting in 1,164 dismissals, 166 demotions, 1,360 suspensions, and other disciplinary actions such as salary forfeitures, reprimands, and restrictions. These actions demonstrate our commitment to upholding discipline and public trust, ensuring that PNP personnel are held accountable without resorting to public humiliation. Externally, our commitment to maximum police visibility and intensified anti-criminality campaign anchored on crime prevention and effective crime solution has yielded tangible results. We have achieved a further increase of 3.57% in overall crime volume from the period April 2024 to April 2025, as well as a decrease of 10.35% in index crimes compared to 2023 and early 2024. These figures go beyond statistics. They reflect safer streets, more secure communities, and renewed sense of public trust. Our relentless campaign against drug syndicates reached a historic milestone with the largest drug seizure in the Philippine history, an operation in Alitagtag, Batangas that yielded 1.4 tons of illegal drugs valued at 9.6 billion pesos. Overall, we conducted 52,747 anti-illegal drug operations, resulting in the arrest of 62,306 individuals and the confiscation of illegal drugs with an estimated total value of nearly 20.8 billion pesos. This landmark accomplishment stands as a testament to our firm determination to dismantle drug networks and eradicate the scourge of illegal drugs from our communities. We have intensified our high-impact law enforcement operations, sending a clear and sounding message: no matter where you go, no matter how far you run, the law will find you. Our pursuit of justice has reached beyond our shores, with the arrest of dismissed Banban Tarlac Mayor Alice Goo in Indonesia. Sabi ko nga, dahil sa batas natin, walang puwang na pwede kang magtago. In my time, no crime, hindi po pwedeng walang solusyon. So nothing is impossible within the Philippine National Police. We also captured Teddy Mejia in Dubai, one of the world's most wanted human trafficker. This arrest sent a clear and powerful message. They may try to hide, but they cannot escape justice. Pinatunayan rin ng pulisya na ang batas ay para sa lahat. No one is above the law. These are not just words, they are principles we live by. This commitment was most notably demonstrated in a high-risk operation in Davao City, which mobilizes 4,000 PNP personnel that spanned for 16 days to serve a warrant of arrest against Apollo Kibuloy and 5 others. Kasama ko po si General Nick Torre, who are facing serious charges of human trafficking and sexual abuse. This unprecedented operation is a powerful testament that no position, no influence, and no amount of power can shield anyone from the reach of justice. The rule of law must and will always prevail. In response to the evolving threats in the digital space, we intensified our cybercrime operations, leading to the arrest of numerous individuals involved in various forms of online exploitation. We also spearheaded efforts to eradicate and shut down illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators nationwide in line with the directive of the President. To strengthen our defenses against growing cybersecurity threats, we established the Cybersecurity Operations Center, or we call it CISOC, a critical component of our ongoing modernization program. This center places the PNP at the forefront of digital protection, prepared to confront emerging cyber challenges in line with the President's vision for a digitally secure nation. Through CISOC, we successfully blocked more or less 60 million cyber attacks by the time we operationalize it last April, safeguarding our systems and protecting public. In response to the evolving threats of kidnapping and misinformation, we launched 2 major initiatives that reflect proactive and unified approach to public safety and truth. The Joint Anti-Kidnapping Action Committee, or JACAC, was created to address the increasingly sophisticated and transnational nature of kidnapping, especially those targeting vulnerable individuals, to an intelligence-driven, victim-centered strategy anchored on interagency collaboration. At the same time, the Joint Anti-Fake News Action Committee, or we call JAFNAC, was established to combat the spread of misinformation and malicious information, promote digital responsibility, and strengthen national resilience. Both efforts align with the President's vision of a safe, secure, and well-informed nation. To cap my term as Chief of the Philippine National Police, we ensured the safe and peaceful and orderly conduct of the 2025 national and local elections through meticulously planning, strong interagency coordination, and strategic development and deployment, especially in critical areas. I am proud to report that there were no election failures and no major security incidents. Most notably, we achieved a historic 82.2% voter turnout, the highest ever recorded for a midterm election, marking a defining achievement of this leadership and reflecting the growing trust of our people in the electoral process and in the Philippine National Police. All these accomplishments were made possible by the dedication of the men and women of the Philippine National Police. I thank our President for the guidance and support that allowed us to turn our vision into a meaningful reality. Thank you, sir. To every police officer, I extend my sincerest thanks. Your commitment, discipline, and sacrifices are what truly define this organization. To our non-uniformed personnel, our unseen yet essential workforce behind every successful operation and initiative, thank you. Your contributions are truly invaluable. My sincerest gratitude also to the following people, of course, to the National Security Advisor, Eduardo Año, who helped us sa kanyang mga intelligence effort. Of course, to NICA, General De Leon, to the former Secretary Benhar Abalos, thank you for guiding us. Of course, yung kasama po natin sa AFP, General Browner, sir, General Galide, kasama kong barkada po namin, si Coast Guard for helping us po secure po yung election. Kung hindi po namin sigurado sila kasama sa BARM, it will be a different story. Sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And to other agencies, I will not mention all the names kasi rarami po. Talagang malaki po yung tulong nyo. Kung hindi lang po sa inyo, at sigurado hirap na hirap yung Philippine National Police. As we're talking about, sabi ko nga kay Nick Torre, kung hindi tumulong yung mga tao dito na sinasabi ko, hindi ko lang mabanggit lahat, it will tatagal po. Sigurado 50% we will not achieve what we have done right now. So maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Of course, our diplomatic counterparts, ma'am. All of it. To partner agencies, to every Filipino who stood with us, thank you for believing in us, for standing, and for being part of our shared pursuit of progress. To my family, my wife Rose, and my daughter Robin, thank you for being my constant source of strength, love, inspirations. To my parents and my brothers and relatives, thank you for your all support. To my classmates and my friends and who have walked with me throughout this journey, maraming salamat sa inyong tiwala at suporta. As I turn over the duties and responsibility of heading this organization to General Nicolas Torre III, I do so with confidence and optimism. He is a proactive, hardworking, and dedicated leader, and I'm certain that the Philippine National Police will continue to thrive under his command. General Torre, congratulations. I wish you all the best as you take on this immense responsibility. The men and women of the Philippine National Police will continue to be your greatest strength as they have been mine. And now I step away from the helm. I am reminded of the saying in the military, old soldiers never die, they just fade away. Pero sa police po, iba po kami. Cops never die, they simply disappear in style. Kami lang po. Iba talaga kami. So looking back on all that we have accomplished, the challenges we surpassed, the victories we claimed, and the values we upheld, no achievement is greater than having brought dignity to this uniform. Taas noo ko pong ipagmamalaki na masarap iwanan ang serbisyo na maayos ang organisasyon at may respeto at tiwala ang tao sa pambansang kapolisihan. So again, sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng polis, sigaw lang natin para marinig naman yun sa ibang country kasi kinakabahan sila. Sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng polis, lakasan pa rin natin. Boss, yung mga RD natin dapat marinig kasi dapat marinig sa abroad. Sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng polis, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much for your service, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. You may now be seated.
Police Major General Constancio Chinaig Jr., Director for Personnel and Records Management, will now read the retirement order.
Retirement. Pursuant to General Order Number NHQ GO-CR 2024-1046, dated February 29, 2024, and General Order Number 24, dated February 7, 2025. Police General Romel Francisco Daleg Marbil, O-00826, is compulsorily retired from the PNP service effective February 7, 2025, and is extended until June 2, 2025. By command of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Official, Edgar Alan O. Cubo, Police Lieutenant General, the Chief of Directoral Staff. Signed, Constancio T. Chinayog Jr., Police Major General, D. Director for Personnel and Records Management.
Thank you once again, sir. You may now be seated. We shall now come to the oath-taking and donning of ranks of the newly appointed Chief of the Philippine National Police. The Director for Personnel and Records Management, Police Major General Constancio Chinayog Jr., will now read the promotion orders.
Promotion. Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ GO-PR-2025-2798, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, dated June 2, 2025. Police Major General Nicolas Deloso Torre III is promoted to the rank of Police General in permanent status effective June 2, 2025. By command of President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., Official Juanito Victor C. Remulla, Secretary, Department of the Interior and Local Government. Signed, Constancio T. Chinayog Jr., Police Major General, D. Director for Personnel and Records Management.
At this moment, we shall witness the oath-taking of the incoming Chief of the Philippine National Police. May we request Mrs. Patricia Jane Torre, as well as Mr. Julius Patrick, Rod Felicer, and Bert Felix Torre to join our honoree. To administer the oath is the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. For the solemnity of the ceremony, everyone is requested to rise.
Very well. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Ako ang inyong pangalan,
Ako si General Nicolas Torre III
na itinalaga sa katungkulan bilang ang inyong katungkulan
na itinalaga sa katungkulan bilang Chief of the Philippine National Police
ay taimtim na nanunumpa. Natutuparin ko ng buong husay at katapatan
Natutuparin ko ng buong husay at katapatan
sa abot ng aking makakaya
ang
mga takdang gampanin ng aking bagong katungkulan. Kalinsabay nito'y nangako ako sa ngalan ng Republika ng Pilipinas na aking itataguyod at ipagtatanggol ang saligang batas at tunay na mananalig at tatalima ako rito. Nasusundin ko ang mga alituntunin, mga kautosang legal, at mga dekretong pinaiiral ng mga sadyang itinakdang may kapangyarihan. Sa ilalim ng Republika ng Pilipinas. At kusa kong babalikatin ang pananagutang ito na walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas. Kasihan nawa ako ng Diyos.
Congratulations, sir. The audience may now be seated. And at this time, we will now witness the donning of ranks of the newly appointed Chief of the Philippine National Police.
May we request once again His Excellency the President for the donning of ranks to our newly installed Chief of the Philippine National Police.
The new rank insignia is being donned by the President of the Republic of the Philippines, together with Mrs. Patricia Jane Torre, the spouse of our newly appointed Chief of the Philippine National Police. Thank you very much. And hail to the new Chief of the Philippine National Police. Thank you, His Excellency. You may now be seated.
The newly appointed Chief of the Philippine National Police for his inaugural speech. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Police General Nicolas Torre III.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, members of the Cabinet, led by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Juanito Victor Sirimulya, sir, officers and personnel of the Philippine National Police, partners in uniform in the Armed Forces of the Philippines, members of the Diplomatic Corps, fellow public servants, friends and my family, my wife Jane, JP, RF, and BF, to everyone joining us from the live stream. And allow me to greet my late father, Master Sergeant Rodolfo M. Torre, 551354 PC. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Today I stand before you as a public servant, humbled by the enormity of the task and inspired by the mission all of us share, to serve and protect the Filipino people with integrity, courage, and compassion. To President Marcos, sir, thank you for entrusting me this responsibility, sir. This is a position of trust, and as a duly elected representative of the Filipino people, you have my full commitment, and I will abide solely by your directive in faithful service to our nation and the strengthening of the Philippine National Police. To General Romel Marbil, sir, thank you for your service and legacy. I and the entire Philippine National Police will build on your efforts and aims to steer our organization forward, grounded in unity and guided by the principles of the rule of law. We recognize that every step we take from today is built on the foundations that you have laid. And to the Filipino people, the very reason for our existence, we, the Philippine National Police, shall work harder to earn and ensure that our communities are safe, your rights are respected, and your trust is earned. I believe that we are ready to deliver on your expectations as we had done in the past. At hindi ako nag-iisa. I stand shoulder to shoulder with the over 220,000 strong and dedicated men and women of the Philippine National Police, each one entrusted with upholding the dignity and honor that our badge represents. As your Chief of the Philippine National Police, in addition and in continuation of the legacy of General Marbil, I will lead with three core pillars. Pillar number one is in compliance to the directive of the President for swift and responsive public service. We will institutionalize a 3-minute emergency response time in major urban centers, and this had been done already during my term in Quezon City in the 3-minute response time project. This is not just a benchmark, it is a lifeline. Every call for help deserves immediate attention and action. We will be present. Makikita nyo kami sa kalsada, sa komunidad, sa palengke at sa bawat lugar na kinakailangan ng ating presensya para magbigay ng kapanatagan at ng kalooban. Kung nasaan man ang bawat Pilipino, sila ay ligtas. To support this, we must ensure pillar number 2, unity and morale within the ranks. A divided force cannot defend a nation. Thus, we will strengthen our core from within, guided by discipline, mutual respect, and leadership by example. To our men and women in uniform, we expect the best from you in protecting others. With this expectation, we will also give you the best training, best leadership, best support, and the best opportunity to grow in this institution. Because those who are asked to give all also deserve nothing less in return. Pillar number 3, accountability and modernization. In support of the President's reform agenda and of key pillar number 1 on swift and responsive public service, we will modernize our systems, enhance our investigative tools, and adopt innovative technologies that protect rights while ensuring order. In support of these 3 pillars, I give you these 3 promises. Una, sa buong kapulisan, nandito ako at ako ay lagi niyong kasama. Sabay nating harapin ang lahat ng hamon ng ating organisasyon at sabay nating pangalagaan at itaas ang dangal ng ating uniforme. But I will ask something from you in return of this promise. Sa ilalim ng aking pamumuno, action will be rewarded. Hindi sapat ang pogi points. We will reward those policemen who will work hard on our 3 pillars. Respond to public swiftly, unite and uplift the morale of your fellow public servants, and hold yourself and others within the ranks accountable. Real talk lamang. No need for endorsements under my leadership. Appointments will be based solely on merit, and only the most competent will be entrusted with the right positions in the right places. Deliver excellence in your police work. File affidavits, execute warrants, bring criminals to justice, raise your hands in front of judges and fiscals, and provide evidence against these criminals to support their conviction, and you will be recognized and rewarded. Of course, I have to reiterate that all of these actions must be done within the ambit of the law, evidence-based and rights-respecting. I challenge each and every member of the PNP to be louder than me, not only in words, but also in action. When you're doing extraordinary things for the people, you deserve to be heard and recognized. Mag-ubanta sa pagserbisyo nga matinud-anon. Magbinuligay kita sa aton ginahandom nga kalinong sa aton nga nasyon. Agtitinulong tayo amang salaknib, iti panggilan tayo. Sama-sama nating iangat ang watawat ng isang malinis at tapat na pambansang kapulisyan. Pangalawa, to our foreign guests and residents, we are happy that you have chosen the Philippines to be your second home. I promise that all of our laws apply equally to all, regardless of nationality. We are committed to upholding everyone's right, safety, dignity, including yours. Pangatlo, para sa bawat Pilipino, sa ilalim ng aking pamumuno, ang batas ay patas, ang serbisyo ay mabilis, at ang kapulisyahan ay karapat-dapat ng inyong tiwala. Hindi nyo na kailangan pang pumunta sa kung saan-saan at hindi namin kayo pagpapasapasahan at ang PNP na lamang ang inyong maging sumbungan ng inyong mga hinaing, lalong-lalo na ng paglabag ng inyong karapatang pantao. Tulungan nyo kaming tulungan kayo. We acknowledge your active partnership in creating the bagong Pilipinas we all dream of, at buong puso kaming nagpapasalamat. Huwag kayong bibitaw at manatili sana kayong katuwang sa pagtaguyod ng kapayapaan at kaayusan ng ating bayan. We will strengthen our partnerships with the public so we can better understand local needs and respond to them with empathy and precision. Today marks more than a beginning. It is a defining moment. Thus, let us seize it with unwavering courage, grounded in humility and a relentless commitment to serve the Filipino people with honor, excellence, and integrity. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang pambansang pulisya, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas, mabuhay ang sambayanang Pilipino, at sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka! Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much and congratulations, Police General Nicolas Torre III. You may now be seated, sir.
To introduce our honored guest, may we request Attorney Lucas Bersamin, Executive Secretary, Office of the President.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you, Executive Secretary Luke Bersamin, for your introduction. Please take your seats. The Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Interior and Local Government Secretary, Secretary John Vic Remulla, and other cabinet members here present. The Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff, General Romy Browner, and the Major Service Commanders. Outgoing Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. The newly installed Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Nicolas Torre III. Officers and civilian employees of the Philippine National Police, ang aking mga kasamahan sa pamahalaan, ang ating mga bisita na dumating ngayon, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Today, we witness more than a ceremonial change of command. We come together to reaffirm a shared responsibility, a responsibility to uphold peace, to preserve justice, and to protect the dignity of the Filipino. Each change in leadership promotes the values that give strength to our institutions. It reflects a clear belief that lasting progress is grounded in consistent service, accountable governance, and leadership that never forgets its duty to the people. So allow me to express the gratitude of a nation to the man who has served with strength and with resolve, Police General Romel Francisco D. Marbil. General Marbil, you led the PNP with a compass firmly set on integrity, professionalism, and respect for human rights. In your stewardship, the PNP became a more people-centered, structured, and regulated institution. You guided our officers to serve with integrity, and in doing so, you restored the people's confidence in the uniform that the police wears. In moments that tested our resilience, from disaster response to crisis management, from general public safety to the conduct of a credible and peaceful 2025 national and local elections, you showed us what a smart, capable leadership looks like. Sa ilalim ng inyong pamumuno, naging sandigan ng pamahalaan ng kapulisan na sa paghahatid ng tulong, pagbibigay ng proteksyon at pagtataguyod ng karapatang pamtao. Ipinakita ng PNP na walang katumbas ang buhay ng tao. Mga buhay na nailigtas, napaglingkuran at natulungang makabangon. And for this, General Marbil, we are truly grateful. As we bid farewell to a leader who has embodied honor and excellence, we welcome one who is equally competent to lead the men and women of the PNP, Police General Nicolas D. Torre III. Your assumption of command comes at a time that calls for clarity, for courage, and for conviction. These challenges that we face are evolving. We have transnational crime, cyber threats, extremist violence, and even police misconduct. At the same time, the opportunities to earn trust and improve public service have never been more reachable. Your leadership will help define what kind of police force we continue to build. One that acts with precision, responds with compassion, and stands as a pillar of accountability. Hamon ko sa iyo, panatilihin mong malinis at marangal ang hanay ng ating mga kapulisan. Bilisan ang investigasyon sa mga kaso laban sa mga pulis na lumabag sa batas upang maibigay natin ng hustisya sa lalong madaling panahon. Paigtingin din ninyo ang presensya ng kapulisan sa mga lansangan. Siguruhin mas maraming pulis na umiikot sa mga kalsada at nagbabantay sa ating mga komunidad, lalo na sa lugar na madalas ang krimen at kaguluhan. Kapag kailangan ng taong bayan, dapat may pulis na agad nagre-responding. Iparamdam natin sa mga Pilipino na may pulis na handang dumamay at pagtanggol sa kanila sa lahat ng oras. Sa tulong ng PDEA, ipagpatuloy ninyo ang paglaban sa illegal na droga. Magsagawa pa rin tayo ng drug seizures at tiyakin na sasampahan ng kaso ang mga drug dealer at mga drug lord. Patuloy din kayong magmatyag sa ating mga komunidad para kahit ang small time ng mga drug dealers ay wala ring ligtas. Hindi dapat natatakot ang estudyante o ang mga manggagawa, motorista, magulang na maglalakad sa kalsada umaga man o gabi. Bilang alagad ng batas, inaasahan ang buong kapulisan na kumilos ng marangal, maglingkod ng katapat at maging sandigan ng ating mga kababayan. Iwasan ninyo ang paggamit ng pribilehiyo para sa pansariling benepisyo. Maging instrumento kayo sa katuwiran, kapayapaan at kaunlaran. Continue to engage with communities and partner with local governments and stakeholders. Strengthen your cooperation with all the other agencies. And above all, center every initiative on the needs, the rights, and the welfare of each Filipino. Let your badge be your daily pledge, not to command, but to serve with integrity. Let every decision uphold the law, and let every gesture reflect the quiet dignity of true public service. May the PNP become a source of hope and reassurance to every community that you protect. This change of command ceremony is a renewed promise, a clear mandate to champion peace, to serve with honor, and to move our nation forward with dignity. Together, let us shape a bagong Pilipinas where every citizen is disciplined and obeys the laws, where every police personnel is a role model worthy of trust, of respect, and where the standard of keeping our people safe is high. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang PNP, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Magsitayo po tayong lahat at ating awitin ang PNP Lingkod ng Bayan.
Bantay ang katahimikan, PNP Lingkod ng Bayan, kriminal aming kalaban, mamayan paglilingkuran. Sa bayan at mamayan, PNP ang inyong sandigan, integridad, disiplina at kasanayan, gabay sa tungkuling alan. Mga Diyos at mga kabayan, mga tao at makakalikasan, sa tungkuli aming kalanganan, ihandog ang isang buhay. Batas ay patutupad, pantay-pantay para sa lahat. Walang mayaman o mahirap, ang durot sa yan ay galang. Hindi mamamayang magtulungan, tayo sa katatagan ang pagkakas. Kalakalan ulan at tunay, kapayapaan tagumpay. Mga Diyos at mga bayan, mga tao at nakakalikasan, sa tungkulin aming karangalan, ihandog ang isang buhay. Ihandog ang isang
And that concludes the ceremony. On behalf of the men and women of the Philippine National Police, we would like to thank the President and our distinguished guests for gracing this event. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang Philippine National Police. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.